Joel Hetrick took a big step toward his first ever Pro ATV Motocross Championship. At the last race at Redbud, he got out front early in the first moto and pulled away from the competition. And even defending series champion Chad Wienen could not track him down. With Hetrick taking the points lead the previous round, Wienen would have to respond in the second moto at Redbud. But Hetrick nailed the start again. Further back, Wienen, Jeff Rastrelli, and Josh Upperman were battling until Rastrelli went down. Wienen was eventually able to get by his fellow Yamaha rider Thomas Brown for second, but it was too little too late to do anything with Hetrick, who's on the eve of his first ever title today. This is it, what might be an historic final round of the 2017 Wiseco ATV National Motocross Championship, presented by CST Tires and sanctioned by AMA Pro Racing. It's Dirt Days at Loretta's, probably the biggest race of the year in terms of spectator and rider count, and also pure fun. We're also raising some money, the 88 Live to Ride auction. We also have some checks for Team USA, Wienen, Brown, and Hetrick, and even this painting of them will be auctioned off to give him some additional cash. And there's Josh Upperman's machine on the number 20. This will be his last pro race. He is retiring today. Dylan Tremelin getting ready. Joe Bird racing here in his home state. Jeff Rastrelli trying to hold down third in points. Ronnie Higgerson, Wesley Wolf, Zach Kaczmarek, Silas Lamons. Hey, Nick Janusa signing some autographs here. Sean Taylor also going to call it a career. There's Parker Worker hanging out with Jeremiah Jones, former champ of the series. Wes Lewis's machine, Brett Music, Cody Jansen, and Sammy Rowe. But all the pressure on this man, Joel Hetrick. Can he lock down his first ever ATV Pro Championship today?
What's up, guys? We're here at the ranch. Weather's looking good. Got some rain last night. You know, everything passed through. The track's looking pretty rough today, so looking forward to that. It's going to be a tough race. The heat's going to play a factor in that. You know, I'm looking to get a podium spot here and try to wrap that championship up today. But if not, I'm trying to maybe go for a 1-1 again and finish her off strong. That'd be awesome. And I'm in a really good position this year, so I don't want to do anything crazy. So I'm just going to go out there and ride my race, have fun, and mix it up with these guys.
Meanwhile, a little further back, third in the points up for grabs between this man, Thomas Brown, battling it out with Jeff Rastrelli, and Brown has won here before.
We're sitting fourth right now, 1 point out of third. Jeffrey's sitting in third. It's basically up to me if I can beat them both motos and see if I can clinch that third place on the podium for the overall year. It'd be a big honor. I've been up there a couple times, and I'd like to do it again. Like I said, though, it's been an up and down year, but these last few rounds have been good, and we've been gaining speed. Really looking forward to this race today. The track fits me pretty well. It's technical. It's getting rough already, so I'm just hoping for, like I said, 2 solid motos and maybe even pull off a win if the opportunity presents itself.
Well, the opportunity is coming. We'll be qualifying next. And that's when the pressure begins to build on Joel Hetrick. Can he finally lock it down and grab his championship today? Stay with us. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Wiseco, by CST Tires, by Amsoil, and by Rocky Mountain ATV MC. So Chad Wienen comes into today needing to win to try to lock down his title over that man, Joel Hetrick, the bigger guy, not the kid. Jeff Rastrelli, Thomas Brown, some of the other fast guns getting ready for our CST qualifiers. So here's Wienen, wants title number 6, has to try to put some pressure on Hetrick today and hope for a mistake. Hetrick did look pretty relaxed and calm, though, in practice. Pretty much standard Joel Hetrick style here. At Loretta's, here's Jeff Rastrelli, who has had his best season ever. As we mentioned, third of the points, but can he hold off Thomas Brown? Here's Brown ripping on his Moto Experts Yamaha. A couple other riders to watch. Nick Janusa, Josh Upperman in his last race ever, and there's Parker Worker. Love the way he nailed it through that billboard turn. Sammy Rowe coming through on the 38. Wesley Wolf through the 10 Commandments. And Ronnie Higgerson, you can always pick him out at 665 and those white front wheels. He's had a good season as well. Zach Kaczmarek airing it out. This turn leads us back to the infield. We call it the beach here at Loretta's because it's quite sandy. And Dylan Tremelin past the mechanics area. Silas Lamons, And the 32, Brett Musick bringing it around as sweeper there. There's Joe Bird. Coming to race here in his home state, Cody Jansen. And this is Wes Lewis. Chad Wienen ends up with your ATV Riders Fast Qualifier Award. So one last gasp at it for him. The Yamaha man, consistent as always this year. Not able to get off the gate, though, consistently with Hetrick.
I'm down a couple points. We got the fastest qualifier of the day, and you know, we just got to go out there and just try and get max points 1-1, and you know, hoping that the luck falls in my direction. And you know, that's all I can really hope for. I got to go out there and do what I can do and focus on what I got to do. And my goal today is just nail my starts and start out front early, and you know, run it from there.
So will this be the last time the Wienen Motorsports machine goes to the line with the #1 plate on it? Or is Joel Hetrick going to bring the 88 all the way to the top? ATV Motocross is brought to you by Wiseco, by CST Tires, by Amsoil, and by Rocky Mountain ATV MC. We are ready. Wiseco Moto #1, Dirt Days National at Loretta Lynn's. Chad Wienen, no pressure on him. He's got to go out and win. He's behind in points. Thomas Brown getting ready. Jeff Rostrelli here with the Rocky Mountain ATV MC on board. Let's go racing. And Hetrick does it. A very clutch SSI Decals Whole Shot Award. Furious action here early with Upperman. Man, sawing at those handlebars. This track is rough, just like everyone was talking about. But Hetrick doing what he needs to do, and to get a start under pressure with the championship of the balance is not easy. Now into the famous 10 Commandments here at Loretta Lynn's Ranch. Upperman in a battle with Thomas Brown. He is third. See the track freshly watered, so everyone has to be careful early on. Hetrick not being careful. He is already starting to motor away. Where is Chad Wienen? Another bad start. And from what I've heard, been working on the clutches of Wienen's machine. And that has been the problem off the start this year. Although I'll tell you what, I don't want to take anything away from what Hetrick has done. Oh! Rostrelli down hard. A huge crash of the 28. And remember, he was battling for third in the series. Only had a 1-point gap over Thomas Brown, who is in second. There we see Janusa battling it out. Wienen to the inside. He makes the pass here in the beach turn. Oh, and all out of sorts was the 15 of Janusa, so Wienen able to get around him. Now it's a battle for second between the Yamaha men. These guys are battling hard. Oh, and there's Rostrelli getting it fired back up. So good to see he's okay. Into the 10 Commandments goes Hetrick on the Maxxis Elka liquid wrench machine. Into the 10 Commandments goes the rest of the guys. He's already got a nice gap built up. Brown trying to hold off Wienen. Janusa back there behind him. Then Upperman in his final race. In his Storyland in the back. Upperman on the Root River Racing ride. Moto Experts Yamaha 4. Brown, and he just gets over that triple. And Wienen does not. So Brown is going to extend the gap just a little bit over Wienen. Wienen on the Wienen Motorsports Walsh Racecraft 7240 Fly Racing Yamaha Maxxis tires. Here is the Maxxis shod machine also of Hetrick, and he is gone, folks. Way to stamp this attempt to win the title. He's not going to back into it today. He is going for it. Meanwhile, you see how rough the track is. Brown fighting that Yamaha through the rough stuff to try to hold Chad Wienen off. And here's Upperman chasing Nick Janusa. Past the Yamaha mechanics area, it's two Yamaha 450s duking it out into the 10 Commandments. Wienen trying an inside line. Hetrick, meanwhile, getting away. And the fight for second continues coming out of Storyland. Well, I'll tell you, watch Thomas Brown's riding style. That guy always gives you everything he has. He is all over that thing, trying to keep pace and hold Wienen off. Now Wienen to the inside. And Brown keeps on fighting. These guys are good buds off the track. They both ride the Yamahas. Brown's not going to make it any easier on Wienen than he has to, but Wienen's able to get by. Once again, the challenge is on. Can Wienen track down Hetrick? Stay with us. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Wiseco, by CST Tires, by Amsoil, and by Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Joel Hetrick checking out and making easy work for anyone trying to calculate the points in this series. Points leader here coming into the final round, and he'll just further extend it if he can hold on. But this track is rough, very hot and humid out here, and you never know how it's going to go until the checkered flag comes out. See that machine dancing around here, and Hetrick has been caught out a couple of times this year. A couple crashes early in the season, but he, as he usually does at mid-season, put it all together. But the difference was this year he was a lot closer in points to Wienen, and he was able to catch him and take that lead. Now, battle for fifth, Josh Upperman and Wesley Wolf. And the fans cheering Hetrick, who's got the white flag in sight. And the people here at Loretta's, they probably remember this kid tearing up the mini ATV ranks way back, getting into the pros. He was a race winner, often fast qualifier, but this would be the final step if he can knock off Chad Wienen and end a 5-year title reign for the big man from Galena, Illinois. Hetrick out of Pennsylvania. And I've got to say that a lot of people knew that this day would eventually come. It was a matter of when would Hetrick finally get all the way to the top. Credit to Wienen, he did everything he could to hold that title run, but time is starting to run out. If Hetrick wins this Moto, he can cruise in Moto 2. Back to this battle, Wolf around Upperman. And good to see some of the new kids coming through. Upperman has had a great career in this sport, and I'm sure he'll go on to do great things as well. Wienen in second. Not going to be able to make it happen. Hetrick wins another one. And what a run toward the end of this series. Brown, Janusa, and Wolf rounding out the top 5. So now it's down to one last Moto. And will it be Chad Wienen's last run with that number 1 plate? We got the Rocky Mountain helmet cam on Josh Upperman. Here we go. Can Upperman grab the whole shot in his last race? Not quite. Nick Janusa is going to grab it. Here's Upperman. He got squeezed off. That's Dylan Tremelin right in front of him. So Janusa on the Gen USA machine out of New Jersey, looking good here early. And where are the title contenders? Bad start for Hetrick. There is Wienen. Into the 10 Commandments we go. So Wienen has at least one thing that he wanted. Hetrick in the back, and he quickly moves up to second place. Shout out to Brett Music, who has a good start there. In third, Janusa has come on strong this year. He's become a podium contender. Could he get a Moto win? It's going to be tough because Wienen, as he said earlier, has to go for max points right now. Where is Hetrick? How will it shake out between those two? And can Janusa put in the dream ride right here and turn this whole shot into a Moto win? Not going to be easy. Wienen closing up on the rear grab bar. Into the beach turn. Looks like Wesley Wolf third and Hetrick fourth. So that's more than enough to give him the title. But if you're Wienen, you don't know where Hetrick is. You've got to go for the win. And he's going for it right now, battling it out with Janusa. And he's got the lead. Just one last splash of championship drama here. Hetrick has it all but clinched. But that bad start, oh, he's getting roosted back there entering the 10 Commandments. Wienen, I don't know, how positive can he think? Is he thinking that the 88 is right behind him? Is he wondering if the 88 is having problems? He can't see him, he doesn't know. He's just trying to win the Moto. Janusa and Wolf, two young guns, and on a day where we're seeing Josh Upperman retiring, Sean Taylor calling in a career, good to see some new blood here mixing it up in the front ranks. And these kids have been getting better and better by the week. And Janusa hanging with Wienen, so a good run here. Wesley Wolf, strong ride in Moto 1 for fifth, running third right now. Hetrick looking around, trying to figure out where everyone is, and how will he play it? Will he try to get these guys? Will he try to go for the moto win? Oh, he's got Thomas Brown behind him. That's who he saw when he was looking over. And you know Brown, as I said in Moto 1, he is going to give you everything he has every time he's out there. So if you're Hedrick, you better run and hide. You cannot cruise when you have Thomas Brown behind you. And look at Brown fighting these rough braking bumps and acceleration bumps in and out of the corners, and he is closed up to Hedrick. And Hedrick, I don't believe, is running his normal pace. I think he's backing down, and sometimes that can play against a rider. It would appear that taking it easy is the smart way, but when you're not used to riding that way, sometimes it goes sour. He does make the pass here on Wolf. And Brown going to try to follow him through. And Wolf going to learn a lot running the pace of these guys. This could serve him well in the future. So Hedrick has got himself in championship position. Brown still following him through. He makes the move and punts Wolf to the top of that berm. Chad Wienen's trying to get away. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Wiseco, by CST Tires, by Amsoil, and by Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Chad Wienen airing it out. He's a proud one. He would like to win this thing. Joe Hedrick here in red and white, trying to wrap up the title today, battling with Thomas Brown, and Brown is gonna get him. Yeah, Hedrick doesn't want to get into a wheel-to-wheel battle, not with the title up for grabs today, and he is backed it way down. Brown keeps charging forward. And by the way, remember that big crash we saw in Moto 1 with the helmet cam on Jeff Rastrelli? Rastrelli out, not lining up for this moto, so that crash took the wind out of his sails, and Brown is going to get third for the year in points. That is a heartbreaker for Rastrelli. Oh! Janusa just pile drove himself coming out of that corner, and he had himself in position for a podium today. I don't know if Brown would have gotten him, and Hedrick was just riding. He wasn't putting in the normal charge. Oh, tough break for Janusa. So now it's a battle for second in the race. But as far as the points are concerned, these guys are where they want to be. Hedrick's going to win the title if he can hold on, but he's not slowing down. And he's trying to make the pass on Thomas Brown, and Brown gets him back. This is what we call the long short shoot, which leads them to the 10 Commandments. Brown standing up all the way through that corner. He does not care how rough a track is. He's one tough Texan. And by the way, Team USA, for the first ever quad cross of nations in Europe, going to be the top 3 riders in this moto for Team USA. So great choices there. Wienen, Brown, and Hedrick will represent US over there. These guys will have to go from competitors to teammates for the weekend. Can Brown hold off Hedrick? We're down to the waning moments. Hedrick still fighting. And he makes the move, and what happened to Brown? He's had problems right down the stretch with the white flag coming out. And this is going to be at one final lap for Chad Wienen running the #1 plate. He has served the sport well as an ambassador and champ the last couple of years, but nothing lasts forever, especially when you've got a talent like Joel Hedrick in the ranks. And as I've said before, we always knew Hedrick had the speed and the talent. Could he put all the puzzle pieces together? And those are the same things that Chad Wienen had to do when he was battling it out with Dustin Wimmer, Jeremiah Jones, and many other past champions of this series. But once Wienen figured out how to get it done, he won title after title after title. Could that be the story for Joel Hedrick? Time will tell. Checkered flag is out, and your overall on dirt days is going to go to Chad Wienen, but the championship finally goes to Joel Hedrick. A lifetime of learning concludes with this, and an emotional moment for him. Second overall today, Brown will be third. Let's talk to them.
Just finished up Moto 2 here at Loretta Lynn's. Pulled off the 1-2 for the second overall, but mainly wrapped up the championship today. It's an amazing feeling. I've been working for this all my life. I've raced four-wheelers since I was 4 years old, and this has been a childhood dream. So for me to do this, it's unbelievable. I got the #1 jersey on right now. It's just mind-blowing. I worked so hard. I've went through a lot. I've had my ups and downs, and this year really all came together. The team worked their butts off for me, and Jay Goebel, Doug Roll, working on the Elka suspension, helped a ton. You know, the whole team aspect and the energy under the tent was just great, and no stress, which helps. Just mind blown, like I said, to be up here in the #1 spot. 2017 champion, feels great, and we're looking forward to racing next year and hopefully getting another one.
Man, my Yamaha just ripped me to a 2-1 overall today at Loretta's, and we came up short on the championship, but man, we fought the whole way, and it's going to be. We're going to keep pushing, and hopefully next year we can be in the battle again. And man, just thank you to my team, my whole support group, and the ATV Motocross series, giving us a great place to come here and race and show what we can do to the world. And we're just blessed to have them. And thank you to all the fans out here. And it was a great day here at Loretta's. Thank you.
Here at Loretta, Lynn's just finished up third overall. Overall, great day, third place in points for the year. Man, I'm stoked on the season. Can't thank the CST Root River Pro Motorsports team enough. There's a ton of great people behind us, Fly, DWT, and the list goes on, but thank y'all.
Yeah, Brown was able to hold on for third in that moto. Here's Ramsoil race recap. Jeff Rastrelli down hard early and would cede third in the standings to Thomas Brown. There's Brown in the blue jersey, battling it out with Wienen early in Moto 1, while Hetrick got another hole shot and got away. And that Moto win was really the ice on the championship champagne. He just needed to cruise in Moto 2. Didn't get the start he wanted. Wienen, who actually put some old, used clutch plates in his machine, finally got his starts figured out. Got up front. Brown, a power move on Wesley Wolf. Janusa goes down, and then Hetrick and Brown would battle for second the entire way. It would come down to the last lap. Hetrick would get that spot. He didn't really care about the overall for the day, though. There's that pass for second. What really mattered is the title. Wienen gets the overall, but Hetrick is your champion for 2017. He accepts the #1 plate and the big check from Harv Whipple on behalf of the ATV Promoters Group, MX Sports Pro Racing, and AMA Pro Racing. And the coolest part, Hetrick said he started this journey at age 4, and it all happened right here, racing through the mini and amateur classes of ATV Motocross. Go to atvmotocross.com for more on the series. Thanks for joining us all year. I'm Jason Wygant, and congrats to Joel Hetrick.